Dave, firstly I wanted to start with the January transfer window. Obviously that shut on Monday evening. How happy are you with the business that's done both ins and outs?
Really pleased that we obviously brought in Alisana, which brings real quality and competition in the middle of the pitch. Left-sided, a bit of balance as well. We've not had Joe fit as much as we would like, but also gives competition for places in there. He's played at a really good level, so that's a real positive one. In terms of, I know a few players have went out as well. Never got the game time they maybe want. They've only got one career, so the expectation they'd want to go and play as many games as they can, we fully understand. And I think been able to do that, which brought the squad a little bit closer and a bit tighter in terms of numbers, which I think is a good thing as well. And I think the pleasing thing as well is managing to keep the group together. There's a lot of speculation over a number of our players, a lot of interest in a number of our players as well. So to get the support for the club, to make sure that we kept the group together, because these players would definitely take replacing, which is always difficult to do. Added to that, the players coming back from injury that are getting fitter all the time. I really believe the squad's in a real good place now. The confidence is high. And the togetherness is there, and that's another thing. When you start to bring players into that, you start to worry about how that's going to work in terms of how are we now and what's the group looking like moving forward. So I think all in all, really pleased, and I think we're in a real strong position now that we can hopefully finish the season as strong as we can.
Yeah, and attention's obviously this weekend turned to the Scottish Cup, which we take on. How much are you looking forward to Friday night's game?
Really looking forward to it. I think there's obviously a break from league football, but I think it's something else. These games are so special. I was very fortunate to be involved in good cup runs over my career, and I think that's something I say it to the players at the start of the season, but it's always been the message to me, even from other managers and coaches I've worked under at this football club, which is it's a genuine opportunity to try and win something. And I think at the start of every season we always talk about top six minimum, try and finish in Europe, but the genuine opportunity to try and win something. I think me being old and retired now, I'm able to look back on my career and actually think to myself how lucky I was to actually win something, and that is a genuine opportunity now. So I think clearly it'll be a difficult game, but the players need to know and believe that they can go down there and win. We need to be at our very best to be able to do that. It'll be a difficult game because everyone will talk about Ayr going really well, and rightly so, because they are going really well. They've won, I think it's undefeated in 8 games. Scott Brown being the manager and all the noise that comes with that as well. But we're in a really good place ourselves, and we need to make sure that we keep this momentum going and keep that belief and the togetherness coming, and I think we're in a good place going into it.
Yeah, like you said, there's been a lot of noise and a lot made of Scott Brown managing a side against us. He'll be wanting to cause an upset, and I guess that's something that you and the players have to guard against.
We definitely do. I think that's, people talk about the magic of the cup, don't they, and the potential for upsets, and I think as soon as the draw was made, a lot of people quickly jumped to that there could be an opportunity for that. We need to be at our best, we know that. Ayr are a good side. If you look at the players they've got, I think Scott's put a really good group together in terms of a blend of experience and youth. I know a lot of the players myself, I've worked with a few of them, very experienced boys, but they're also really good characters that all will be desperate to try and beat Hibs, so we need to be ready for that. The players will be ready for that. We've already prepped them on what's in front of them, but if we can play to our levels, to the best of our ability, we should give ourselves a real good chance of getting into the next round of the cup, which is the only focus going into the game.
Yeah, and you mentioned the magic of the cup. There's thousands of Hibs fans travelling across to Ayr for the game, hoping to make a real good evening for it.
Absolutely, they'll be there in their numbers, which we're really grateful for. They always are, and hopefully we can send them back up the road happy. I know they'll be right behind us for the first minute, and we'll need them to be, because I'm sure, as we've already touched on, the expectation and potential Ayr fans will be going to the game. We hope we're going to the game with expectation, and we need to deal with that. But I'm looking forward to the game, and the players will be ready for it.
Yeah, just finally then, in terms of team news, how are we looking going into Friday?
It'll be a similar squad. Obviously Alisana joins the group, but unfortunately he won't be available for the game, purely because he's not played a competitive game since the end of November. The Danish League finishes for the winter break, so he's had a bit of a shutdown, but has been back on the grass for a number of weeks now, so it's not as if he's starting from zero again. So hopefully it's just that we can use these next few days to try and get him up to speed quickly, and we'll reintroduce him into the group as quickly as we can, as safely as we can. But he won't be ready for this weekend, just to manage expectations and make sure everybody knows where we are.
I know I said finally, but Ellie Yuan as well?
Yeah, well, he's another one that he had his injection sort of last week. It's still progressing not as we'd like. It's a little bit slow, which is frustrating for everyone involved, especially Ellie, because as I've touched on many times, he's happiest when he's on the grass every single day. So it's a frustrating one for him, but he is working hard in the gym every day. We have started to get him back running, but as I say, that's been slower than we'd like it to be, but hopefully it's just a week or so, maybe 2 weeks away.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.